Hello. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm just recording all the programs that I have been receiving requests from multiple students. So you can watch this video and try to understand the programs that you have requested for. I'm just writing the question here. The first question is write C++ program, find the sum of even elements, even elements in an array. Was the first question. For this, we they did not give anything like whether to use static array or dynamic array or anything. So we'll go with a simple static array and write it quickly. So we just have to find the even elements in an array. So for that, I just need to write the basic things, which include IO stream and then using namespace std and then int main as usual. Then inside this main, I need to take the size of the array as the input. So for that, I'm just declaring n. So and I'll ask user to enter the size. Enter size of the array. User will enter some number that has to be stored in a variable called n. So c in n. And then I just need to create an array of the size given. So int arr of n. Once it is created, we need to take the elements into the array. So for that, I'll just ask user to enter elements into the array. So I'm writing enter elements into the array. The user will enter some numbers, but that those are multiple numbers. So to accept multiple numbers, I need to store them in an array. And for array, we need indexing that is starting from 0. So I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So index runs from 0 to n minus 1. And every number that is entered, which is cn, I should be storing it in arr of I. Now I am just going to take another variable called int even sum, as I have to find the sum of the even elements is equal to 0. I'm taking it. And now I'm going to run the loop again on the array, which is running from 0 to n. So inside that, I'm just going to take even sum plus equal to, but actually I should check the element is even or not. If array of I percentile 2 is equal to 0, then can we say that the number is even if the number is divisible by 2? That's what I'm checking. If the array of I is divisible by 2, I would just add this element to the variable called even sum plus equal to array of I. Once the whole array is traversed, every even element will get added into this even sum. So outside this loop, just simply print sum of even elements in the given array is, you can just write what is it. It is nothing but even sum. That's it. This is the first program. Let us run it and check whether it's working or not. So I'm giving size of the array. Let's assume I'm giving 6 elements, and the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even numbers are 2, 4, 6. We can see 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. That's what we should get. You can see it's perfectly coming. Sum of even elements in the given array is 12. That's it. So this is the first program. Cool. Now let's go for the second question. Now the second question is something like second question that I got most request is write a program to reverse a one-dimensional array using pointers. Explain how pointers or something like that is given the question. Write a C++ program to reverse the array. To reverse the array. Uh, Reverse a one-dimensional array using pointers. So using pointers. So we can do it with function or without function. That is your choice. So I'm directly writing with function. So let's assume I'm gonna write a function called reverse, but that should return uh, an integer array. So I'm gonna write int star. Why int star? Because integer pointer I'm going to return, and it is going to accept an array pointer as throw pointers I have to do. I'm doing it throw pointers, and the size of the array it is accepting. Okay, so here those are accepted already. N is given, but we would like to do it through pointers, right? So if you have to do it through pointers, that means we should either go with so one of the dynamic memory allocations for sure. So either you can go with malloc or either we can go using new keyword. So for now, let's assume I'm going with malloc. So I will create int star arr equal to. So what is the syntax of malloc? It should be equal to malloc n into size of int. This has to be typecasted into integer pointers, so it should be int star. Now the elements are accepted. Sorry, enter the elements into the array. We should not write arr of I, it should be star of arr plus I. So once it is done, we are just going to call maybe, yeah, we just need to write arr equal to. I am going to call the function called reverse by passing arr and comma n. That is nothing but number of elements. So after that, whatever the function returns, I am just going to print those elements. So I am just writing the for loop and then write cout star of arr plus I. This is after reversing it. Okay, so I'm just printing with a space. So you can write cout array after reversing, something like that, and then that will be printed. If you want, you can print it in the next line. So we can add endl, that will be printed in the next line, and we don't need the sum of and all. Now we should think of the logic of reversal. So let us go write the logic of reverse. So we got the array. Let's assume we got an array something like this, some 6 elements or something like that. Let me assume the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the idea is I want to copy this 6 in the place of 1 and this 1 in the place of 6. So that becomes 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So that first element and last element are reversed. After that, I would like to copy the last but one and second element. So 2 should be swapped with 5. So what will happen? It should become 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay. Similarly, I would like to swap the third element, 3 and 4. So that will become 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So by this, you can see I have done it until the half. I have taken first element, swapped with last one. Second element, last swapped with last but one. Third element swapped with last but third one. So if you do till half of it, the array is automatically reversed. So using this idea, we are going to write the program. So for that, what I would need is I need one temporary variable. So I'm just taking to copy one and the other. So I need one for loop which is running till the half of the array. So I equal to 0, I less than n by 2, I plus plus. I hope you understand why it is n by 2 because till half if you do, the remaining array is automatically reversed. So now here I'm going to copy temp is equal to star of arr plus I, whatever the value that is there in I, that I am copying. And also I need last element. How do I get last element? Generally last element is n minus 1 element, right? So I can write in the place of first element, I would like to copy the last element. I should actually say star of arr plus n. If I add, it is last element, but sorry, it is n is like 5. If for suppose 6 elements are there, the last index is 5 only, right? So we have to go for n minus 1. So I would like to write array of n minus 1. But if it is 1, okay, it's fine, last element. But what about last but one element? It should be n minus 2. And last third one, n minus 3. If you observe, it is like n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, something like that. So it is, and I can directly write n minus 1 plus I. Observe how is it working. So see here, for now, I is equal to 0. What is that we are getting here? Observe that I equal to 0. N minus means n is 6 minus 1 is 5 plus 0. Sorry, plus 0 or minus 0 it should be. Let us try. Okay. I think it is minus I. N minus I minus 1. So it should be minus I. Yeah, it should be minus I. So okay, what it is simply 6 minus 1 minus 0. It's nothing. So when I is 1, observe this. If you understand this, the whole concept is done. So 6 minus 1 minus 1 because I is 1. 6 minus 1 minus 1 is 4. Observe that. What is the index of 5? So here it is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I is at 1, we need to swap the element at the index 4. So you can see that n minus I minus n minus 1 minus I will give us 6 minus 1 minus 1. So that is nothing but 4. Either you write brace or not, that's your choice. You can ignore it. Directly you can write like this. So first do n minus I minus 1 and then do the whole star of it. So this will be copying the nth last element into first index. So first index element is updated. Now the last element, the value at the last element should be updated as temporary. So this is equals to temp. Done. So these values, this will reverse the array. Once the array is reversed, just return the updated array. That is nothing but return ARR. This should be fine. Let us run it. If any typing mistakes will rectify, I guess no. No. Okay, let's try 6 elements. And the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can also try with 5 elements. I'll give 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. This is the second program. Next, third one. There is a question called discuss the role of pointers in passing arrays to functions. Write a program to find maximum value in an array using function with a pointer. So you can understand function with a pointer is this program only already. So there is a question. Let me write the question here. The question is discuss the role of, you have to write the explanation for this question. Role of pointers in passing arrays to functions. We are passing a pointer as a array to the function. It is accepted as a pointer and we can do any modifications that left our original array. That's what you have to understand. That's the major thing here. And they are asking us to write a program. Write a program. Find largest, largest or maximum. To find maximum value in an array using a function with a pointer. They are asking with a pointer. You already understood. We already used it in this question in the current program. So let me just change the function name to something like maximum. All this is not needed for us right now. So I'm just taking the array and here there is no need of temporary, but instead I would take max equal to array of 0, or you can write max equal to star ARR. In fact, star ARR is indirectly the first element. I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Here I am going to check whether my current element, ith element, if star of ARR, sorry, star of ARR, right? Star of ARR plus I. It is like ith element greater than the max. If it is greater than the max, I would update max equal to star of ARR plus I. So this is the current max element. So if the current element is greater than max, I would update max as current. So then return max. So instead of returning an integer pointer, I just have to return integer. And let's change the function name to maximum. And also it is not taking an array as a return value. So it is just taking as a variable. So I would take int result equal to and just print a cout result. Or you want to print the largest number is something like that, you can write it according to the question. Cout result I'm directly writing. You write it as cout, the largest number in the array is result. So you can see, suppose I'll enter 5 elements. Let's assume random numbers I am entering. 8, 7, 3, 4, 6 I have entered. So 8 is the largest. You can see it's working. Let's try with some other numbers. I'm giving the same 5 elements, but now I'll enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 as the numbers. 9 is the largest. It works. So this is the third program. Okay. So I'm not sharing the program. You just take a screenshot at the end of that I have completed. I don't know whether you can see them or not individually, but that's you have to listen to the video and then you have to understand. And then there is one question called write a C++ program to dynamically allocate memory for an array of integers and find the sum of its elements. Again, sum is nothing but instead of doing this, you just write sum plus equal to star of ARR plus I In this one, you just take it as sum, and this one just make it 0 and return that sum. This will give us sum of the elements. You can rename the function as sum of elements or sum of array, sum of elements, something like that, and just call that function called sum of elements. Sum of Elise. That's it. This, if you write it, the program is for sum of the array elements. So see that, for example, I'm giving 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see 15 comes. This sum of 5 elements is 15. That's it.